Yeah, that's another problem, isn't it? Are you protected from people in other countries? No. I don't mean like bombs or things like that. I mean people coming in. Because the reality is, when you think about it, you can get people coming in and out of the country just to do something to you when there's no way to get caught. Because there's too many links to other countries. Okay? So if a country that was an ally said, we want to fly with our planes in, they'll just do it. You know, they'd fly to a military base, they wouldn't even need a passport. They just fly in. And that means then, of course, all the things they want to do to somebody could be done like that. You don't even need to be somebody in this country to get to somebody. You could just, an ally could just fly somebody in, let a load of the team of people out, do a load of damage and bugger off. This means that in actual fact, the people that are doing the damage in this country could be the allies of this country. Do you know what? They're never going to keep a record of all the time that your allies, or maybe those that aren't allies, have hurt individuals, because they do not give a shit. Okay, none of the intelligence agents, I think, care. They care about big numbers of people. And I can understand, because that's what I would do. I'd be trying to deal with big numbers. But what do you do then? That's the thing. That means they're not going to help you. It also means they won't care. And you'll just be stuck in a situation where they can come in and do what they want, or when they want. And the problem with that is you're dealing with a much larger range of power. It means you can't afford to lose any of yours. You've got to conserve all of your resources. See? If they've got a lot more energy, you've got to conserve your resources. Ideally, take control of some of theirs. Take their resources off them. But you've got to conserve your resources. And get them to lose theirs. You have to get them to lose their resources. To waste it. But what chance do you really have? What chance do you actually have if another country, you piss them off to such a degree, or their blue-eyed boy isn't going to get what they want, or blue-eyed girl, and they come in, do all this stuff and disappear, what chance have you got? Not a lot. That's the problem. Listen, the only problem we've got is, how do you prove it? You can't. Another problem, would they care? Nope, this country wouldn't care. Individuals, nothing you can do about it. Are you allowed to have weapons to sort it out? Nope, can't do that. You do that, they'll send you to jail. And then they'll do it in there, of course, you see. See, there's no ways that they managed to set this country up now that we're basically fucked. It is. So the problem we've got is Brexit. If we leave, will the French and Europe be so pissed off they'll start parachuting people in? Will they start setting down jets and torturing people and buggering off again? See, I'm not certain. I don't know. I don't think they would. The only problem is France. You know why? Interpol. International Police. See, they managed to convince the world that this means anything. Which means all them lovely, corrupt policemen that we all love, in actual fact, hate, they will all now be the little bitches of Interpol, of the French, simply because they put something and say, you've got to get this guy, they'll get them. Which means they're functionally controlling the police forces all the way across the world. And they do that because, well, they can. And most policemen are obviously completely not the fucking morons. Well, they obviously weren't. They were clever enough to realise, we'll just put this gag sheet out and these bastards will do whatever we say. So what they should be better is letting some of them in. Maybe some of them, because some of the buggers have probably done nothing. And that's the problem, isn't it? How do you tell one from the other? You don't. You can't. Yeah. That's the thing though, isn't it? They're always trying to help people. In a way, I always say, oh, we're helping. But we'll always use these loaded phrases. Well, if you go somewhere, well, you know, people are worried about you. So the fuck what? They do, that's what they do. So, you see, like that poor bloody bloke that got arrested, or they're trying to arrest in York for no bloody good reason. Probably a busker or something. We'll get all that shit. People were worried about you. No, they're not. He's a fucking busker, you tosser. It's what he does for a fucking living. That's what they do. These bastards disappear, and then, you know, well, hell, that's what they do. They disappear places, the bus to travel around. It's what they fucking do. Okay? Nobody's worried. They say he's smelly. No, he's not, because they don't give money to smelly people. See? You're not Indian. This isn't the Indian caste system. We don't have any unclean. You see, what you do is you wash up using the lavatories in places, the toilets, or you have a van with stuff in. Yes, that's right. Some of them have vans with water in and they can get a bathe and a bath and all sorts of stuff. So it's bullshit. No, they're not smelly either. Okay? And of course, that other old favourite, of course, saying, well, getting the team medical people in and commit the bastards. Never see them again. I mean, it's a dangerous thing being a busker in this country. It is. Because you've got so many corrupt politicians and police and everything else. It's like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing it for? How on earth do you manage it? It's right, isn't it? So dangerous. And why? Because remember, the police force doesn't like juggling. That's it. He doesn't like juggling, so there's no more jugglers. That's it, no more buskers. What a piece of shit that is, isn't it? Well, hope the guy gets out soon. You know. Because it sure as hell didn't look like it was a crime. I mean, because they don't arrest people for crime. See, in this country, you see, they can't really arrest most of the criminals because they unofficially licensed them, you see. By licensing the criminals, that means that they can't arrest them. And they have to tell them information on other criminals, which they can't do because they've hired them all. And then what they do then, you see, once they've hired them all, is they then have to do other things, you see. So maybe they take money off them. That's good. That's called a bribe, you see. The police think they're in charge because they're getting bribes. They're not. They're not in charge because they're getting bribes, because that therefore means they've got something on them. They took money off them. See? They got them in their pocket. And then what happens? Well, I suppose it's just the way it works, isn't it? So they've got to arrest, you see, or make out they're arresting, you see, innocent people. Good upstanding people who are reporting crimes. Good upstanding people who are perhaps busking or doing something unusual. Or maybe just the two talkative to the coppers. You know, don't pass the time of day them. Just walk on. They do not fucking exist. You walk on. I know that's difficult, you see, if you know there's going to be nuclear war is going to break out. You know, because if you tell them, you think, oh, I could stop it. You can't. There's no way as a copper of any type of any standing at all in any position in the police force. It's going to be much use if anything actually goes wrong. They know. They do it afterwards. They don't turn up and defuse the fucking bomb or call the bomb defusal. No, they don't do that. Nah, of course they don't. They watch the bugger blow up. And then they tell the ambulance to sort the bodies out. That's it. That's all they do. Yep, they're just going to sit there, everything gets blown up, and then they come in. And say, well, the police officer is very brave. Brave would probably have stopped the fucking thing in the first place, would have done that. But no, that's not brave. It's called stupid. There is an abundance of stupidity in the Newcastle police force.